You're doing well this afternoon.
I am, Your Honor, and I hope you are too.
Thank you. Yes.
Your reset date is going to be November the 18th.
Courtroom two, if you'll just let me know whenever you all are ready to get going.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Very good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Where do we start first?
We can start position two, Ms. Anthony.
Good afternoon, Ms. Anthony. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006875Y with simple battery family violence. Good afternoon, Ms. Hardy. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. Their last arrest was December the 1st, 2008, out of Atlanta for aggravated assault. That was their only arrest cycle. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Russell.
Hey, good morning, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Your Honor, we're going to ask, well, we would consent to a signature bond on this case, as long as there's no further contact. Her daughter, we spoke to Destiny Anthony. She doesn't want to have any contact with her. So no further contact, $2,000 signature bond, gets released to pretrial services. I'm not sure which level though.
Okay, is there a stay away?
Your Honor, I believe that home is Miss Anthony's home. I could be wrong about that. So I do believe that's her home. I know Miss Destiny Anthony, who is the victim in this case, is her daughter. I think at one point lived at the home, but that's what the argument stemmed from. To be quite honest, I don't think I'm not going to say a stay away from her own home.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ahmed. Is that your understanding? I'm not sure if you all had a consent or not, but
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor, we agree with the consent.
okay. As such, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, no further contact with Destiny Anthony, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Miss Anthony.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Ms. Russell, do you all have cases that you've consented to this afternoon?
We
or
do.
not?
We have 3, but I tell you, there's some cases that I'm probably going to consent to, Your Honor, that I didn't get to the PD. I just got the phone with Mike McLean, and he was going through them. We were running behind, Your Honor.
Okay,
But there
that's
are a
fine.
few cases that we are consenting to that we have already done orders on. There's 3 of them, I believe. But there are some other ones, Your Honor, that I'm just going to consent to. If you don't, do you want me to do that before everything is read? How would you like me to do that, Your Honor?
When the name of the person is called, if you've consented to it, or if you are going to consent to it, just let me know before I get into everything, okay?
No problem, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next is position 4, Ms. Barton.
Your Honor,
Good
we're
afternoon.
gonna, I'm sorry.
No,
We're
you're
gonna
fine.
consent to a signature bond on this as well.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Barton. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006877G with battery. Ms. Russell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
We are
with the
consenting to, yes, Your Honor, we are consenting to a $1,000 signature bond, a stay away from the area, no further contact with the victim, Mr. John Bass, and no alcohol, drugs while on bond, Your Honor.
Do you have where you'd like for her to stay away from?
Yes, the stay away is the area of Ted Turner and Castleberry Street in Atlanta, Georgia.
That your understanding, Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor, and we're in agreement with the consent bond.
As such, it will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, no further contact with John Bass, stay away from the incident location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Barton.
Next is position 15, Ms. Lawson.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lawson. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006898J with simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
No, Your Honor, this is the first arrest.
Attorney Spears, is this your case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. I had offered a consent bond of $2,000 signature, no further contact with victim, no weapons, alcohol, or drugs, anger management classes, stay away from 3275 Stooling Drive.
What's the name of the alleged victim?
I have it as Ryland Martin, Your Honor.
It is Ryland Martin. Thank you, Ms. Bridgewater.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor, we're in agreement with nearly all the terms of the consent bond except for the no further contact, considering that they co-parent together, their 1-year-old girl. We would just ask for it to be no further violent contact, Your Honor.
Ryland Martin is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Attorney Spear, have you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Martin?
We have not, but there were some concerns about the nature of this case as defendant accused victim of stealing a firearm and owing her money. So we were cautiously optimistic that a third party could intervene for child drop-off and or pickup, arranging various childcare in that matter.
Mr. Ahmed, given that no one has spoken with Mr. Martin, then I normally don't have contact unless the alleged victim has been spoken with. So it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, no further contact with Ryan Martin, third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation, the stay away from the incident location, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next is position 16, Ms. Little.
Good afternoon, Ms. Little. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006897C with disorderly conduct, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December 10th, 2014 out of Fayette County for theft by shoplifting. They have 9 total arrest cycles out of Georgia. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2015, theft by shoplifting, 2014 disorderly conduct. Nothing further to report.
Attorney Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. She does have an older history of violence, a 2008 simple assault, a 2009 battery, which was dead docketed, and the 2014 disorderly conduct was amended down from ag assault. She also had a disorderly dismissed in 2011. In this particular instance, there were 2 officers executing a search warrant for the home. It's unclear whether or not that's Miss Little's place of residence. But during the execution of the search warrant, she threatened both officers several times. She threatened to have someone shoot up the home during the execution of the search warrant. She charged she charged the officers. She yelled, used profane language, and at one point pushed the right arm of one of the officers in an attempt to stop them from entering the home. We are asking for a $5,000 surety, 12 anger management classes, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. I did have a stay away from 11 Baker Street only because I was unclear if that was her home where the search warrant was being executed. If it is her home, of course, it's okay for her to go back there.
Mr. McLean? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ms. Little is 37 years old. Baker Street is her address where she lives with 4 children, high school education, construction maintenance operator is her job, and all her contacts are as local as can be. She's a Georgian. We would ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond, including surety bond if that, a signature bond if that is possible. Thank you.
Each charge will be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Little.
Next is position 19, Ms. Miller.
I think this is a consent, if I'm correct.
I did offer a consent on Miss Miller.
Right, and on that, those conditions, right? You live with that and that? Yes, that is a consent on each of the particulars, yes.
Okay, so good afternoon, Ms. Miller. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006903J with battery family violence. Will you put the consent on the record, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. We're offering a $2,500 signature bond, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. while on bond to stay away from 740 Sidney Marcus Boulevard, excuse me. That's where the victim Devonta Britian resides. No further contact with said victim, and 12 anger management classes.
That's your understanding, Mr. McLean?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, we'll send it through pretrial level 1. Good luck to you, Ms. Miller.
Next is position 27, Ms. Spear.
I'm sorry, Judge, I missed the bond amount on position number 20.
2,500, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. 2,500.
Thank you.
I do recall going through the individual parts with Ms. Spear, so that is also consented as to all particulars in advance.
Good afternoon, Ms. Spear. This is position 27. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006911C with battery family violence. My understanding that this is also consent. Good afternoon, Ms. Evans Battle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Yes, in this particular case, we are asking for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1, that there be no violent contact with the victim, D'Angelo Floyd, that she stay away from 532 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, that there be allowed third-party transfer for visitation with the child, that she complete anger awareness classes, at least 2 classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Is that your understanding, Mr. McLean?
It is.
Very good. Good luck to you, Ms. Spear.
Next is position 3, Mr. Asphalt. Your Honor, we did have one Spanish speaking client. I'm not sure if there's gonna be Spanish interpreter today.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Strong, are we gonna have an interpreter?
Give me one moment, Judge, for me. Find out.
Okay.
And what position was this?
Position 12.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is Mr. Asfar, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006876C with driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, driving under the influence of drugs, reckless driving, following too closely, and failure to exercise due care. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
No, Your Honor, this is the first arrest.
Good afternoon, Ms. Benford. Is this your case?
Good afternoon. Yes, it is, Judge. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. You can proceed.
Wait, did you say it was position number 3?
Yes.
That's my case.
Number 3.
I'm just
Okay.
making sure.
I'm sorry.
I was making sure, Ms. Benford, I didn't want you to do the wrong one. Your Honor, yes, Mr. Asphalt's been charged with DUI alcohol, DUI drugs, reckless, following too closely and distracted driver. Your Honor, where we would show down November 1st, 2025, Officer Anderson saw that Mr. Asphalt was involved in a 3-vehicle collision at Piedmont Road near Lindbergh Drive, Your Honor. The driver, Mr. Asphalt, was driving a blue Infiniti. Mr. Asphalt was confused. He had red glossy eyes and he had difficulty controlling his vehicle at different points when he was asked to move his vehicle. The field sobriety evaluations were done, Your Honor. He was ultimately arrested for DUI. Your Honor, we are asking for $5,000 surety bond on this case. Total, that's $1,000 for each of the charges. Thank you, Your Honor. Also, no alcohol while on bond as well.
Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Asphalt is 25 years old. As to education, he's gone through about half of college. Your Honor, he's quite a hard worker. He's been working at a restaurant or a cafe more of as a server for about 2.5 years. And before that, he's been working as a valet for a good while. He's been in Georgia for about 10 years at this point. His family, he has some family here. his uncle as well. As to bond, Your Honor, considering also the pretrial services report that suggests the UJR release level, we would just ask for a signature bond in the amount of $4,000, Your Honor.
Okay, for the DUI less safe, it will be $1,000 good bond. For each of the other charges, it will be a $250 good bond. Makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is position 6, Mr. Calvert.
Good afternoon, Mr. Calvert. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006934C with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was September 10th, 2025, out of Fulton County for criminal trespass. That did result in a misdemeanor conviction. They have 5 total arrest cycles in Georgia. Nothing further to report.
Benford?
Hi, Judge. Now, this is my case. We recommend $1,000 bond. It was already set, a surety bond, and just to stay away from the location, the Chevron location on 448 Washington Road in East Point. That'll be all.
Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Calvert is 71 years old. He has his high school diploma. He's been retired now, but he worked as a janitor for about 15 to 20 years. He's been in Georgia since about 2007. As to his family, he has his sister and her family here as well. Your Honor, for bond, we would request the lowest as can be, if anything, signature bond considering the charge itself, Your Honor.
Yes.
Does he have a place to reside, Mr. Ahmed?
We are working on that. We are going to have a social worker get in touch with him, maybe also through PAD.
Okay. It will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, social worker visit to assist with housing. Stay away from the incident location, that Chevron. You can't go back to that Chevron, Mr. Calvert. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Next is position 8, Mr. John Carter.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carter. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006933C with battery. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was July 5th, 2024, out of Fulton County for an FTA. They have 13 total arrest cycles in Georgia. Misdemeanor conviction in 2013 for DUI, 2009 simple battery. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Benford?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $3,000 surety bond. No contact with the victim, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, a mental health evaluation, and drug and alcohol evaluation. The cops did record that the defendant was visibly drunk during the altercation, and he severely injured the victim with a busted lip. He pulled her hair. He bruised both eyes, both cheeks. So due to the extent of the injuries, we do request the $3,000 charity bond. Thank you.
The alleged victim, the name?
Yes, sir. The alleged victim is Mrs. Hazley, Hazley.
And is there a stay away?
Yes, stay away or no contact with the victim. And the location that I have is 444 Yates Road in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not sure if that's her address or the defendant, but that was the address that was listed on the report.
Thank you. Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Carter is 61 years old. He has high school diploma and a good little bit of college. He's worked in construction for about 3 years, but I think he's recently retired. No. Or I'm still working. Oh my gosh, he's hard working. Your Honor. He's been working in construction about 3 years. Before that, he was working about 3 years in a warehouse doing forklift operations. He's been in Georgia since about 1977. He has his cousin here in Georgia, and he's actually trying to be her caretaker as she has cerebral palsy. It's our understanding that that address 4442 Yates Road is actually Mr. Carter's address, so we would ask for no stay away there. We would also ask for a signature bond in the amount of $4,000, Your Honor. We're fine with no contact with the alleged victim as well, Your Honor.
Who is Miss Hazley to Mr. Carter?
Just somebody he met, Your Honor.
And does not live at that address?
No.
Okay. Nothing further. It will be $1,000 good bond, no further contact with the alleged victim, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is position 25, Mr. Reynolds.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reynolds. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006927Y with disorderly conduct and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Excuse me, the last arrest was April 26, 2025 out of Dade County, Georgia for an FTA. They have 22 total arrest cycles. There was a felony conviction in 2024 for burglary where they received first offender treatment. It appears that they're still on probation for that. There is a 2017 misdemeanor conviction for obstruction. There's 4 misdemeanor convictions outside the last 10-year period. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. On November the 1st of 2025, officer observed him on the platform at MARTA 7010 West Peachtree, Dunwoody Road, Atlanta. He was yelling. He appeared to be speaking or talking to himself. The officer went to ask him what was wrong, if he was okay, and he started calling him names, being more disruptive, would not calm down. He took a fighting stance with the officer, started pulling up his pants and positioning himself as if he was going to fight with the officer. The officer was able to get him under control. He was refusing to follow commands upon being arrested. And in this particular case, we are asking for a surety bond in consideration of his history and his prior FTAs, $1,000 surety. We would ask that the court that he at least see a social worker regarding MAGT, no alcohol, drugs, or weapon while out on bond, that he stay away from MARTA at 7010 West Peachtree, Dunwoody Road, and any suspensions that they may put in place.
Thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, since he does live with his brother on Grant Street in Southwest Atlanta, 30315 zip code area, I'm going to ask the court to consider a signature bond and that we could have him see our social worker on his own coming to our office. Your Honor, he's 38, lives on Grant Street with his brother. He has another brother that I have the number of. He's local as can be. He's got 11th grade education. He works in logistics. And if there is any MH problem, we think we can address it through outpatient. Thank you.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond, a social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing if necessary, abide by any MARTA restrictions, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Reynolds.
Still have to go. Oh, Hey, sit in that seat. Next is position 30, Mr. White.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006908B with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December 4th, 2023, out of Fulton County for a probation violation. They have 42 total arrest cycles with arrests out of Georgia and Alabama. There was a 2007 felony conviction for forgery. There are 17 misdemeanor convictions outside the last 10-year period. There's a 2020 criminal trespass misdemeanor conviction. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, and I know it's outside the 10-year period, but there's also conviction for a family violence harassment charge, and I want to make sure the court knew that there was some prior domestic history with him. At this particular time, Officer Williams went to 2176 Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway Northwest on November the 2nd of 2025. He did indicate that he could smell alcohol on the victim, Ms. Shanika Thomas, but she stated that Mr. White had jumped on her. The officer indicated that Mr. White was sitting in a chair in the living room, but that the dining room and living room area was in disarray, or as if, I don't know if it was vandalized or whether it was a part of the altercation that took place between the two parties. Ms. Thomas they were still being argumentative when the officer was present. She had a swollen forearm, and Mr. White indicated that she behaves like that when she is accusing him of cheating. As a result of her behavior, she was also charged with disorderly conduct. We're asking in this particular case for a $3,000 surety bond. No further contact with Shanika Thomas. I believe I saw her on the line. Stay away from 2176 Donald Lee Holloway Parkway Northwest. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if the court would sound for Ms. Thomas.
Ms. Thomas, if you are on the line, I see that you are. If you wish to address the court, you certainly do not have to, but if you wish to address the court, I'll need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Ms. Thomas. I need for you to activate your camera.
Okay, let me see. Start your video. Okay.
Okay. And Ms. Thomas, if you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, also let me let you know, Ms. Thomas, that it's my understanding that you were arrested as a result of this incident as well. Just want you to know you have a right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. Is there something that you'd like to address the court on with Mr. White's matter?
Well, yes, sir. For disorderly conduct. It was some drinking going on or whatever like that. But I came down there today. I'm just be honest. He has a bipolar appointment today in which he need, his meds. And not trying to make an excuse, but I'm just saying, he needs his meds. I feel like, that will make a difference. His appointment today was at 10 o'clock with Mercy Care. We're together in a relationship, and I'm also kind of like his caretaker. And again, I feel like if he's given the opportunity to get on the meds, because he has improved a lot. And I just, wish that he'd be, given a chance, at least to get on his medication and things like that. I don't feel in danger. It's never been that type of situation. Like I said, drinking was involved. I'm just gonna be honest, it was. But I just feel like, if it's not any drinking, he's fine. He's a good person with a good heart. He's fine. And I love him. I do.
Has this happened before?
No, sir. We've had an argument. We couple don't have an argument. But that's it.
Okay. And you both live together at the Donnelly Parkway address?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Thomas.
Yes. And like I said, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you letting me talk, speak. And I've also been trying to help him. I'm a school teacher as well. So I've been trying to help him, as far as trying to, get his GED, things of that nature. Like I said, he has made improvement. This was a slip up, so please take that into consideration.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Thomas. I appreciate you being here.
Uh-huh.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, 51 years old. Mr. White has a ninth grade education, and he used to own his own company once upon a time, but lately his knees are bad. And in addition to what Ms. Thomas mentioned, he has an appointment soon to get scheduled for some knee surgery, which is physical.
Yes, well, he has that appointment for the knee surgery, but he had his mental health appointment was today at 10 o'clock at Mercy Care.
Understood. So we would ask the court to consider a signature bond.
Okay, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want him to have an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment that's necessary. No further violent contact with Ms. Thomas, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
So, Your Honor, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I apologize because I'm just trying to. Okay, with that 3,000 signature bond, that means sure you said surety bond.
It's a signature bond. He'll be able to sign himself out through pretrial services, and he'll have to report to pretrial services while he's on bond.
Okay, so I just pick him up.
Well, you might want to call the jail first. It might take them some time to process him out. So as soon as they process him out, if he does not have anything else holding him, he'll be released.
If I may, there are free telephones for the people who are leaving the jail lobby. They have
Okay,
telephones on the wall where they often call people.
because he doesn't have my phone number memorized. So can I give you my phone number if you don't mind?
Can you put it in the chat and we can get it that way?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just go to how do I? Okay, I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I don't know how to go to the chat. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't mind saying it.
McLean, do you have something to take it down with?
I do.
Okay, would you mind taking it down?
Not at all.
Go ahead,
All
Ms.
right.
Thomas.
Thank you. It's 404
Got it.
649 4928.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who do we have next?
Position 7, Mr. Carter.
Could you see?
Good afternoon, Mr. Carter. You've been charged in case 25 CR 006935G with simple battery. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Yes, their last arrest was May 20th, 2018 out of Fulton County for a hit and run. They have 41 total arrest cycles in Georgia. A felony conviction in 1998 for aggravated stalking. There are
Stay on anymore, do we?
No.
4 misdemeanor convictions outside the last 10-year period. Nothing further to report.
Benford?
Yes, Judge, it looks like a bond has already been set for $1,000 surety. The state also requests no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And to say no further violent contact with the victim, Angel Provitude. I'm not sure if they live together or not. And then 5 anger awareness classes. That would be
Tell me
all.
what happened, please.
Yes, during a verbal altercation, the defendant followed Angel. He was cycling. He followed him to a nearby gas station. They continued to exchange words. So the victim pulled out his phone to record the incident. The defendant slapped the phone out of his hands. He told the victim he should have run him over. The victim also kind of reached towards his right pocket saying, "I ought to," before returning to his vehicle and driving away from the scene.
Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Carter is 60 years old. He has his high school education, high school diploma, excuse me. He's worked in construction and landscaping for about 20 years old. And then due to a workplace injury, he's been disabled since. He's been in Georgia all his life. He's a native living in Atlanta here. Has all of his family here as well. He has a good address where he can reliably receive mail and be held accountable, of course. As to, given the facts of the case and just this simple altercation misunderstanding allegedly, we would request just a signature bond, Your Honor.
Okay, it will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. 5 anger awareness classes, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
You have a $1,000 signature bond, Judge?
It's a $5,000 signature bond.
I think we got. Next is position 11, Mr. Ellis.
Yes, you came here and that came from.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ellis. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006907D with battery family violence. Your history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December 15th, 2024, out of Fulton County for battery against the female who is pregnant. That case is open under 25 CR 008171D. There's 4 total arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Alabama. A felony conviction for possession of dangerous weapon and criminal use of item with altered ID mark. It appears they're on first offender probation for that. Under 24 SC 005582. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Benford? You're on mute there.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, the state does request a $2,000 surety bond, FVIP classes, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons during bond, and to stay away from the victim. And they do share a child together, so a third-party contact with the child is possible as well.
Can you tell me what happened, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So Officer Irving was working off duty when he heard screaming. He was approached by a defendant claiming that a woman was trying to break into his window. After observing the scene, he spoke with the victim. She told him that the defendant had smashed her phone. He struck her with a closed fist. He threw her to the ground, pulled her hair, and began hitting her with a broomstick multiple times. And she did admit to being angry and damaged the window. And then the officer determined that the defendant was the predominant aggressor. And they also share a child together.
Okay. This is position number 11, Ms. Bridgewater. Let's see, Ms. Benford, while I'm hearing from Mr. Ahmed, would you check on that open case for me, the bond, and let me know what the conditions of that bond were, and if I was or was not the one who gave it to him, please. Okay.
I'm looking it up, Ms. Bridgewater.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. As to Mr. Ellis, he's 21 years old. He has his high school diploma. He's been working at UPS, holding a steady job for about 4 months now. He's been living in Georgia and Atlanta all his life. All of his family's here. He's got a good address where he stays with his mother. As to bond, considering he is the main financial supporter of his child, being a 4-month-old boy, we would ask for no stay away from the location, considering that I believe it was his mother's house on Fairburn Road. We would ask for no further violent contact to further incentivize and encourage proper co-parenting. And we would ask for either signature bond, if applicable, or the lowest possible bond, Your Honor.
In your honor, I was able to look at the other bond, for the open case,
Okay,
the criminal trespass and damage. It was set at 2,500.
2,500.
That's surety bond.
And who gave him that bond?
It says
What case is that?
it's the criminal trespass and damage.
There should have been a,
Battery
my
family,
understanding,
a battery against the female who was pregnant, correct?
yes, that
That
was,
That was you, Judge, with a $500 signature bond through pretrial. I don't see the level of no further contact with Ms. Huff and a stay away.
okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Ms. Strong. As such, it's going to be a $2,000 good bond, no further contact with the alleged victim, third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Your Honor, with the criminal trespass and damage of property charge dismissed.
I don't see a criminal damage charge. This is Mr. Ellis, right?
Yes, I saw.
Section number 11. Is there another charge somewhere that's not on my calendar?
It's on Odyssey, but I'm not sure why it's not on the calendar.
Your Honor, I also just wanted to put on the record, I believe I forgot to say it, that Mr. Ellis did turn himself in. My apologies for forgetting.
It's not on our side on Odyssey, judges, only the charge that's on the calendar.
Okay.
He has two cases. Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry. Let me make sure. He has two cases.
Okay, I only see on our calendar today one case. Does he have
He does, and I can get that for you. Maybe they didn't put it on the calendar, and I think that may be the issue.
Has it been accused?
It has been accused.
Okay.
I'm about to look right now. I'm sorry. It is 20. It's a criminal trespass and damage to property. It's 25 CR 006-936D. It's from April of 2025. We accused it today. It was a warrant out there. So we also accused this one. I hope that cleared up some of the confusion.
Well, I think that we need to go ahead and hear that case as well.
I do too, Your Honor.
So, counsel, do you need to speak with him about that case before we hear it?
No, Your Honor. It was the impression that it was already going to be on the calendar. I believe I reviewed it on Odyssey this morning.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Russell.
I'm just looking at the warrant because it's not mine. Hold on one second.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It seems like he may have took a brick and busted Miss Kiara Brown's back window out of her Honda Pilot. That's the I'm sorry. I'm just. It's a property of Andronique Brown. That's the mother of his girlfriend, who is Kiara Brown. So, Your Honor, I know you just gave him. Was that a good bond you just gave him?
It
We're gonna
was.
ask. I mean, I know this happened back in April, but we're still gonna ask for a surety bond on this one, Your Honor. We're asking for a $2,000 surety bond. Thank you. Based on these facts.
All right. And tell me the charge or charges again for that. Ms. Russell, it was Criminal damage?
It's criminal damage to property. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, same facts as to the background of Mr. Ellis. However, we should point out that it was not, it was just the neighbor's car, so completely unrelated to any of these other charges. And this is what, I believe Mr. Ellis turned himself in on to, face accountability. So for this charge, given the age of it and given the unrelated nature, we ask the signature bond.
Ms. Bridgewater, are you with me?
I am, Your Honor.
Do you have everything you need on that second charge?
I have the case number and I have that it's a criminal damage to property. I have the victim's name, Kiera Brown. Is there a stay away?
The victim's name isn't Kiara Brown. I'm sorry. The victim's name is Andronique Brown. It's her property.
Can you
Kiara
do
Brown is
that
his.
in the chat for me so I can mark the order accordingly?
I sure can.
Okay.
Right, so what I'm gonna do, Ms. Bridgewater, given that I've already given him I'm gonna give him on that battery, I'm gonna give him $1,000 good bond. And
Uh-huh.
on the criminal damage, I'm gonna give him $1,000 good bond, so it's all gonna total $2,000 good bond.
Okay, so is it gonna go up under this case number that we have for position 11? Or are we giving it?
No, it already has another case number
Right, okay, so $1,000 on each one.
on each one.
Okay, no problem.
All right, very good. Any questions? Also, I want him to stay away from the alleged victim in the criminal damage and no drugs, alcohol, weapons as well.
Okay.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Russell, if you send me the victim's name along with her address.
I just sent the victim's name. I'll try to find an address.
Okay.
Courtroom 2, I don't know if you've noticed, we have the Spanish interpreter on the line, so whenever you all are ready for her.
Yes, Your Honor. We can go ahead, position 12, Mr. Garcia Castillo.
Nothing is.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Nothing.
Can you mute?
Okay, and so you've already spoken with your client?
Yes, Your
Or
Honor.
do you- Okay, yes, Ms. Lucia, if you can raise your right hand for me. Good afternoon, thank you for joining us. Do you swear or affirm that you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do. Good afternoon, Your
Thank you.
Honor.
Good afternoon. Mr. Garcia Castillo. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006951A with driving under the influence of alcohol per se, driving under the influence of alcohol, and failure to maintain lane or improper lane change.
Buenas tardes, señor García Castillo. Usted ha sido acusado. Su caso es el 25CR006951A. Sus cargos son 3 cargos. Uno es de manejar bajo la influencia de alcohol per se. El otro es manejar bajo la influencia de alcohol. Y el tercero es no mantener su carril.
Is there a history?
Y el juez pregunta si es que hay un historial suyo.
No history to report at this time.
Y le contestan que no hay ningún historial para reportarse en este momento.
Your case, Ms. Benford?
Yes, Your Honor. Motorists observed the defendant, Mr. Garcia Castillo. He failed to maintain his lane, driving northbound into the southbound lane. He eventually drove off into an embankment. Once the officers got there, he failed his chemical testing. His results was 0.187 over the legal limit.
Ms. Benford, one moment, Ms. Benford, so that she can interpret, okay?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Este es el caso, primero habla la fiscalía. Entonces, la fiscalía indica que sí, el señor fue observado que no podía mantener su carril cuando estaba viajando hacia el norte y se metió hacia el carril que viajaba hacia el sur y terminó básicamente en una acequia a un lado y que vinieron los agentes de policía, le tomaron un alcoholímetro, un examen y tenía .187, lo cual es más arriba del límite legal. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. The bond, a $2,000 signature bond, and no alcohol or drugs while out on bond.
Y lo que ella está sugiriendo, lo que la fiscal sugiere es una fianza de $2,000 con una fianza únicamente con firma, para salir usted con su firma, y una orden de no poder consumir ni alcohol ni drogas mientras está bajo fianza hasta que regrese para su juicio.
And just so I'm clear, Ms. Benford, the state is recommending a signature bond on this DUI?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ahmed?
Your Honor, we're absolutely okay with the signature bond on this in the amount of $2,000.
Y eso fue todo lo que la fiscalía recomendó. Su abogado obviamente está de acuerdo con eso. Es un bono, una fianza bajo su firma hasta que regrese para su fecha de corte.
Okay. For the DUI per se, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the other DUI, and the other two charges, a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 1 makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Y el fallo del juez es el siguiente. Su fianza va a ser por el primer cargo de manejar bajo la influencia de alcohol, $1,000 con una fianza bajo firma por medio de la oficina antes de juicio en la cárcel. Las segundos dos cargos de manejar bajo la influencia de alcohol y no mantener su carril, $500 cada uno. Igual, la misma tipo de fianza bajo su firma con una oficina de antes de juicio en la cárcel. También una orden judicial de que no puede beber bebidas alcohólicas, no puede usar drogas y no puede cargar ni usar ninguna arma mientras está bajo fianza hasta que regrese para su cita de corte.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor. Your Honor, I'm not sure if that is all, but if that is, if you do not require services anymore, may I please be excused?
Let me see, do we have somebody at ACDC that needs the interpreter?
Your Honor, I know that my client, Esther Posado, position 22, had 2 victims, and the officer reports state that they needed a Spanish interpreter to communicate with all parties. There was, I believe, 3 victims with Miss Posado. It's unclear if she spoke English or not, but I know that an interpreter, a Spanish-speaking officer at least, was required to report for that matter.
Okay.
I'll stick around, Your Honor.
Okay, and tell me, Ms. Spear, who is the
Esther Posado, position 22.
Okay, thank you.
She says she does not need a Spanish interpreter. She's good.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Officer Melton. All right, thank you, Madam Interpreter. I appreciate you being here this afternoon. We'll see you next time. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you.
Next is position 18, Mr. McCall.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. McCall. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006900B with battery family violence. Is there a history?
No, Your Honor, no history to report at this time.
Thank you. Who's presenting for the state?
Is my stuff working? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, Your Honor. I sent a consent bond on Mr. McCall's case. However, we spoke to the victim, and so I want to make sure that you're aware of the victim's statement before I let you know what the consent bond was. She said that she was relieved when the officers came. She believes that there may be some mental health issues that need to be addressed. That this is not the first round of violence, but the first time that he has been arrested. So she's very glad that he is away from her and that she understands he has been going through a rough time as his father abused his mother and recently committed suicide within the past few weeks. However, she does want to stay away. She wants no more contact. She wants him to have a mental health evaluation and either anger management or an FVIB, which I had included those on my consent bond, Your Honor. But I just wanted to make sure that the court heard her words from her as opposed to me summarizing what happened. Essentially, they were moving into a place he's leasing, she says. He had been sending her threatening messages and finally texted that evening on November 2nd, "I'm coming there, better get ready." Victim called 911. Defendant was banging on both front and back doors. She tried to keep the door closed by putting her body weight against the door, but he forced his way in and became aggressive and shoved her to the ground, leaving a visible cut to her arm.
And what is the name of the alleged victim?
Danielle Masick, Macick. I'm not sure if she's on or not, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Masick, if you're on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. You certainly do not have to, but if you would like to, I'll need for you to activate your camera for me.
Okay, let me, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Do you have advice as to how to do that? There we go. This says no. Just start your video. Okay, there we go. Access camera settings. Camera.
Still there, Ms. Masick? While we're waiting for that, Mr. McLean,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
are you ready to present?
Yes, Your Honor, we are. Your Honor, is, let's see, 76. I didn't calculate his age, 49, but he has a PhD in his education. He is a medical device sales representative. No prior arrests. The Martina Drive is actually where he lives. Can be in the future another place in Brookhaven rather than Buckhead. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond under these circumstances. Thank you.
Ms. Spear, were you gonna suggest a signature bond to the court? You're on mute, Ms. Spear.
Sorry, too many buttons. That was my original proffer. Ms. Masick is back on now. My original consent bond was a $2,500 signature bond. No drugs and alcohol, no further contact, FVIB, stay away from 590 Martina Drive. As I said, this incident happened while they were attempting to move, and the defendant is leasing a place, so I don't think there's a need for him to return to 590 Martina Drive, but now that Ms. Masick is back on, I'll allow her to address the court about what provisions she feels is going to make her feel the most safe.
Okay. Ms. Masick, if you will unmute yourself there for me.
Have to unmute. Okay, are we
Okay, can
good?
you, yes, raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am.
Mhm.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I would like to tell the court that I'm in danger physically and mentally, and I need to have no further contact with the defendant. The defendant has threatened my safety and my business. I've had a business for 2 years and he has threatened to shut it down, to take over the booking system and cancel everyone. Before class, he has locked me in a room and said, "You're not teaching today." Um, I have scars and bruises from him. On Saturday, I went to the emergency room after the incident and I did get a cut on my elbow, but I also got a cracked rib, which it's very painful right now to talk, to breathe, and I teach hot yoga sculpt. So the doctor actually told me not to teach for 2 weeks, but I have to. It's my business, so it's my livelihood, and but yeah, I need for him to not be anywhere within like a 5 mile radius of the studio, which is 3097 Piedmont Road.
And I believe, Ms. Macy, correct me if I'm wrong, someone from my office discussed you getting a TPO, and you had said
Yes.
you wanted to wait for this case to be handled, or at least this part of the case to be handled before you attempted a TPO. Is that correct?
Correct, but I do already have the form and I've already filled it out, so I'm ready to do whatever I need to do.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Who
Thank
lives
you.
at the Martina Drive address?
So our lease ends on the 30th, and I've already looked at an apartment complex that I will get for myself. And so I would just like to be able to access this place, but I have a tour of it tomorrow, and I will do that all on my own. I just want safety, and where I'm looking is I would be like on the upper, like third or fourth level, and it's hard to get into, and there's cameras everywhere, so I feel safe there. So I just need to access this to get my things. He was very excited about this move to the new place. I've already contacted that place where he's going to be living and said, I will no longer be on the lease. And he has honored that. And the defendant moved almost all of his stuff. If there's a little bit here and there, I will, of course, work with anyone to, meet and make sure he gets whatever is his. I'm not asking for anything except peace of mind and safety and a fresh start and no looking back. I love the defendant. He's charming and can be sweet. However, he's got demons. He's a monster. When he has severe mental illness, he becomes a different person. Even his physical appearance changes. His eyes that are normally kind and twinkly become deranged, and he has pinned me against a washer and dryer, held my throat on Christmas Day, mind you, and said it would be so easy to kill you right now. So I very much feel that my safety is threatened, and I just want to be able to live my life, do my work, yeah, and
All
feel
right.
safe. Mhm.
Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Mason.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. It's not my forte.
No worries, it
Thank
happens,
you.
so
Thank you.
no
I
problem.
appreciate it. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. McLean?
To add, Your Honor, his trial will be downtown with Judge Porter.
I'm sorry, Mr. McLean, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, yeah, his jury trial will be downtown with Judge Porter, and we don't have anything else to add, Your Honor. Thank you.
You don't want to make an argument regarding bond?
I mentioned his education, his work, no prior arrest. We were asking for a signature bond, Your Honor. We will be living in Ellsworth. He does have some stuff still there. I'm sure they'll work together on that. We would ask the court to give him a signature bond with proper conditions.
All right, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Masick. Stay away from both her residential and her business addresses. If necessary, he can have a one-time police escort to retrieve any belongings. If there are minor children, third-party transfer of any minor children, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Mr. McCall, let me make it very clear. When I say no further contact, I mean absolutely no contact. Obviously, no personal contact, no phone contact, no email contact, no social media contact, no contact through whatsoever. If there is contact, then you'll be in violation of this bond. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position 20, Mr. Perry.
Good afternoon, Mr. Perry. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006904J with pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was August 13th, 2024 out of Marietta for an FTA. They have 2 total arrest cycles in Georgia. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Although in 2018 he did have possession of a gun at a school as a non-licensed user, it was null-prossed. However, I just wanted the court to be aware that he does in fact have a weapon that is non-registered or non-licensed. We're asking for a $7,500 surety bond, no drugs or alcohol or weapons. He allegedly has a Glock 40. Stay away from 2102 Southwood Boulevard, and no further contact with the victim, Paige Barnes, and 12 anger management classes. I believe Miss Barnes is on the Zoom, Your Honor. The defendant went to her home at about 4 a.m. She opened the door, he pointed his gun at her and said he would kill her and then fled. He was caught about a quarter mile away with the Glock 40 in his pocket.
Ms. Barnes is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. McLean?
Thank you, Your Honor. 28-year-old Mr. Perry has a high school education and is involved in the industry of logistics. He did have that 2018 null-pros. Given the lack of anything other than the 2018 case, also he has a stable, all his phone numbers, his contact phone numbers are local. He's from Georgia, I believe, all his life. And so we would ask the court to consider a signature bond.
Ms. Barnes, I see you there. If you would like to address the court, I need for you to unmute yourself there. Would you like to address the court, ma'am?
No.
Okay, thank you for being here. For each charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Relinquish all firearms. No further contact with Ms. Barnes. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position 21, Mr. Poag.
Good afternoon, Mr. Poag. You've been charged in case 25 CR 006906F with with simple assault, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was August 28th, 2025 out of Barrow County for simple battery family violence. They have 6 total arrest cycles in Georgia. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2014 for simple battery. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Outside the 10-year window, we do have the simple assault, a battery, family violence. He has an open, according to my records, an open pointing pistol and an open simple battery from January of this year. And then the open August case in Barrow County of simple battery, family violence. He was told that he could not sleep on the Georgia State campus. He charged at the Georgia State officer twice, threatened to, quote, beat his ass, end quote, and refused to leave several times. We are asking for a $4,000 surety bond, no drugs or alcohol or weapons, stay away from the GSU campus. He was at Centennial Hall on 100 Auburn, Avenue, and 12 anger management classes, Your Honor.
Fine.
Mr. Pug is 34 years old. His address is in Dunwoody with a 30338 zip code, so he's quite local. His emergency numbers are both local. His number is local. So he's just as, he's a Georgian, he's local as can be. Has plenty of contacts here coming to court, therefore should not be a problem. He's a high school graduate, some college, a year of studying graphic design. He's forklift certified. His current job involves driving the forklift with that certification. We would ask the court to consider a bond as low as possible, the signature bond if that's possible, and a $1,000 surety bond if it is not.
Okay. For each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. I want to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET. Stay away from the Georgia State campus. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Next is position 31, Williams.
Your Honor, this will be a consent.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006924A with false report of a crime. Ms. Evans Battle, you can put the consent on the record for me.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. We're asking that he complete the law and decision-making class, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Is that your understanding, Mr. McLean?
It is, Your Honor. I once witnessed a client of mine take the whole class. It is one class. It's quite a good class. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Next is position 9, Mr. Shavers.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chambers. You've been charged in case 25 CR 006939E with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was August 27th, 2025 out of City of Atlanta for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. They have 37 total arrest cycles with arrests out of Florida and Georgia. There was a 2014 misdemeanor conviction for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. No, I'm sorry, possession of marijuana with intent. A misdemeanor conviction in 2017 for obstruction, 2023 obstruction. Nothing further to report.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. While on patrol, officer noticed defendant trying to urinate on the platform of MARTA Station. This is located on 1425 DeKalb Avenue. It was revealed after discovery that the defendant had been given several warnings to leave the property. He was born in August, September, and then eventually November this month. It looks like bond was already set at $780, a surety bond. And we also just ask that he stays away from the MARTA location.
Y'all mute there.
That was all, Your Honor.
Courtroom 2 is mute.
Oh.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Chambers is 65 years old. He has his high school diploma. He's on disability right now, but before that, he was working in restaurants, back of the house for about 10 years, helping clean up and everything that entails as well. He's been in Georgia since about 2011, including Atlanta. As to his family, he has a sister here. He has a good address where he can reliably receive mail. As to bond, Your Honor, we would be asking for a signature bond. We're fine with the stay away. We would just ask for signature bond given the case.
Does he need some assistance with housing, counsel?
I can. Your Honor, he lives with his sister at a good address. So
Okay. It'll be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Abide by all MARTA restrictions, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is positions 23 and 24, Mr. Ray.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ray. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006878J with battery, family violence, criminal trespass and damage to property and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. And in case 25 CR 006901J with simple battery, family violence and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
No, Your Honor, this is the first arrest.
Ms. Russell?
Hi, Your Honor. So I'm going to take both of them at the same time. I'll start with the August 10th, 2025 incident. That is the one ending in 8. Where the state was showed that on August 10th, 2025, officers responded to 4010 Boulder Park Drive Southwest regarding a domestic dispute. The victim, Ms. Santeria Mitz, reported that her living partner, Mr. Ray, slapped her in the face, pushed her into a wall, and held her down until her son intervened. Visible injuries were observed on Ms. Mitz's face and chest, and Mr. Ray fled before the police arrived. So that's one incident, August 10th, 2025. A warrant was taken out for his arrest because he fled before the police arrived, Your Honor. He is now being picked up again approximately 3 months later in November for also a domestic violence related incident, which is simple battery, family violence, and cruelty to children. On November 2nd, 2025, officers responded to the same address for another incident, and they found the home in disarray, broken glass, damaged property everywhere. Mr. Ray was located inside this time, but he was uncooperative with the police. Ms. Mitz stated that Ms. Ray became enraged over missing medication, destroyed property, threw food in her face, and threatened to kill her in front of their 1-year-old daughter. Your Honor, on the first case, the August 10th, 2025 case, we are going to ask for a $3,000 surety bond on that, Your Honor. No further contact with Ms. Mitz. Stay away from the location. And then on the second one, we'll ask for a $3,000 signature bond. Also stay away from the location, no further contact. Oh, we did. I'm sorry, and we did speak to, I believe we did speak to Ms. Mitz. I want to just make sure that I put her statement on the record. She confirmed the statements in both warrants, Your Honor. She says she has extreme concerns for her safety in relation to the defendant's irate outbursts and actions. Also, she does believe that well, they currently reside together. There was she said that that the defendant has an open case from 2023 about using a knife. I did not see that. And I know the pretrial didn't see it either. So I don't know where that could be. But I just want to make sure that that was placed on the record of what she told us.
Okay, if Ms. Santeria Mintz is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. McLean?
27.
Mr. McLean, I can't hear you. You're breaking up. I can't hear what you're saying.
Your Honor, 27-year-old Mr. Ray is a high school graduate. Everything about him is local. The address is the 4010 Boulder Park Drive, Unit D. He's a driver. He has a CDL. I asked if he were local or over the road, and he says both. It's regional driving that he does. We would ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond in this situation. We understand what has been alleged, and we understand that prior to this arrest, we understand there are two different dates, but nonetheless, we would ask the court to consider a signature bond. Thank you.
Hello?
Is this Ms. Mintz?
Yes.
Okay, hold on one second. I can see you now, Ms. Mintz. If you can, you're gonna have to get to a stable position for me.
Okay. I'm outside. No service where I'm at, so I gotta step outside.
Okay. All right, is that good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
The other one, please, I believe.
Oh, my bad.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Ms. Mintz. What would you like to tell the court?
Well, I would like to tell the court he never hardly here with me. He always gone. I'm always here with me and his daughter. He be gone in 1 or 2 weeks, so I don't know when he get back, but when he get back, for some reason, he always acting shady with me. He be very angry. He do threats my life. He have threats my life. I forgot what year it was, but it wasn't too long ago. It was 2024. It was 2024 when he was testing my phone. I even signed in the courthouse the evidence when he sent me a text with a bloody knife saying he'll love seeing the life leave from my body. And I got kids. He always threats me. He say he hates me. He don't like me. And I always ask him, if you don't like me and hate me, even though we share a house together, don't come here. Just like yesterday, it got outrageous about some medicine. You threw glass all over the floor, my little girl on the floor. She's crawling. She could have easily ate that glass and it could have cut her throat. You ain't listening to me. You just going all off. All off. It had to be, I had to have my mama to call the police because I was scared. I kept running out the door. He's bigger than me. He's way bigger than me. So I just kept running out the door. So I had called my friend up here because I know if somebody around me, he gonna keep it cool. You ain't gotta have no record to be no criminal. That man, I don't know, he need anger management. He is a good person. He help out sometimes, but he's very angry with me. He really don't like me. He really don't like me.
Well, I'm gonna keep him from around you for the time being, Ms. Mintz, okay?
Yes.
Thank you for being here this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Anything further from anyone?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, for position 23, the battery, family violence, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the other two offenses, $1,000 signature bond. Could we mute the iPhone there for me, please? For the other two, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want him to start the family violence intervention program. No further contact with Ms. Mintz. Stay away from her residential address. If necessary, he can go back there with police on one occasion to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. For position 24, for the simple battery, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. For the cruelty, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. The same conditions as in position number 23. Good luck to you both.
Your Honor, can we go back to position 6, Mr. Calvert?
Okay.
I believe Ms. Cocker has an announcement, please.
Yeah. Yes, good afternoon. I'm Mr. Calvert.
Yes. Yes.
All right. John, can you hear us?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, we were just asked to reset Mr. Calvert to the next court date, I believe the SAP court date, as we are waiting on some social worker details for a housing referral. I think it'd be about 1 to 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he was supposed to be with PAD, and he was released prior to PAD being able to pick him up, or he had a hold of some sort. And so they were not able to pick him up. I was in touch with PAD. He is still part of their program. I just needed to make sure that they reconnect him with PAD so that he can have adequate housing.
Okay, so the request is to place him on the November 18th SAP calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, just so that PAD can, he can come and get him instead of him being released to the streets with the potential of him if that happens.
Okay.
Judge, didn't you give a signature bond on him?
I did, but it might be in his best interest if he goes with PAD. So I will put the stipulation on the previous bond that he's to be released to PAD. Okay, so is that what you're requesting there?
He definitely needs to be released to PAD.
Okay, so I'll put on the bond that he's only to be released to PAD. If he's not released to PAD by November 18th, we'll put him on the SAP calendar for November 18th. If he's not released by then, that's my calendar, so I'll readdress it at that time.
That works. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we can go to ACDC. If we can start at position 1, Ms. Amos.
Okay. You ready for us, Officer Melton?
Yes, as soon as they hear the right, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good afternoon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. And it's my understanding we're going to have Ms. Amos first.
Your Honor, the state's going to consent to a $2,000 signature bond, no further violent contact with her sister, Ms. Zoe Gordon.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Amos. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006874J with battery family violence. It's my understanding there's been a consent, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Tell me and there's no further violent contact. Is that right, Ms.
No further violent contact, Zoe Gordon.
Okay, with Ms. Gordon, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Is that your understanding, Mr. Ahmed?
Your Honor, we'd be absolutely okay with the signature bond. I haven't, just to double check, it's a consent bond for a signature bond and no further violent contact.
Yes, with her sister is what I understand.
And no stay away.
None was requested.
Okay, yeah, then in that case, Your Honor, that's what we're looking for.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Ms. Amos.
Next is position 5, Ms. Bland.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Bland. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006902D with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was May 8th, 2025, out of Gwinnett for obstruction. There are 7 total arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Ohio. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2015 for DUI. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Russell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, she's been charged with one count of simple battery family violence where the state was shown October 31st, 2025. There was a custody dispute going on with Ms. Bland and her child's father, Mr. Brian Clinkscale, who I do see on the Zoom. At some point in time, there was a struggle between the two. It was recorded, Your Honor, by a witness. Officers looked at that recording and saw that Miss Bland was that primary aggressor. At some point, both Mr. Clinkscale and Miss Bland and their daughter fell to the ground, and actually the child was hurt in that struggle as well. So not only was Mr. Clinkscale a victim, but the child was also hurt. So Your Honor, we are asking for a $2,000 surety bond, no further violent contact. I believe we have been in contact with Mr. Clinkscale, but he is on the Zoom. He does have primary physical custody, but if we could see if he wants to give us more detail about that. We are asking for a $2,000 surety bond, no further violent contact, and a parenting class while out on bond. Nothing else from the state other than if Mr. Clinkscale wants to testify.
Mr. Clinkscale, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I would need for you certainly don't have to if you don't choose to, but if you do, I need for you to activate your camera, unmute yourself, and I will have to swear you in.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here, sir. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
All right. Ms. Bland is 27 years old. She has her bachelor's degree in nursing. In fact, she is a registered nurse. She's been working as a nurse for about since 2008. She's been in Georgia since 2020. As to her family, she has her brother and her kids here. Her kids being a 4-year-old daughter, an 8-year-old daughter, and a 9-year-old son. She has a good address at her condo. As to her community ties, she's actually just recently started her own nonprofit called the American Collective that helps homeless people get jobs and also secure housing as well. For bond, Your Honor, we would request a signature bond in the lowest amount possible, Your Honor, and we are in agreement with the no further violent contact with Mr. Clinkscale, or Clinkscale, excuse me.
Okay, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Clinkscale. Parenting class. And no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Bland.
Next is position 14, Miss Ivy.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ivy. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006937Y with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was June the 10th, 2016, out of Fulton for theft by shoplifting. That's their only arrest cycle. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Benford? Ms.
Yes, Your Honor. During this time, the dispute that happened was between Benice Jennings, the defendant, and her daughter, Aubrey Ivy. They were decorating for Halloween. And they got into a dispute about decorations. That's when the defendant hit her daughter in the back of the head. She also bit her daughter on the right inside of her arm. The cops were called. The landlord was there. The aunt was there, and also the victim's grandmother was also there to witness the accident. When the cops showed up, they said that the victim, it's a 12-year-old, her 12-year-old daughter. She has 2 swollen eyes, a bite mark, and a small laceration on her right arm. So due to the significance of the injuries of the victim, the state asks for a $3,000 surety bond to stay away from the victim. The report did mention that the victim is now with her grandmother. So just like a stay away order, no alcohol or drugs or weapons, and also a family violence intervention program.
Okay. Do you know whether or not defects was
DFACS, no, sir, it doesn't mention anything about DFACS. It just said that the daughter, or yeah, the victim was living with her grandmother, and then she resided with the mother for like a couple months, and then she went back with the grandmother. That's all I know at the moment.
okay? Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Ivy is 31 years old, and she has some bit of college, about halfway through college. As to her job and her work, she's been working as a forklift operator for Amazon, certified, of course, for about 2 years. Before that, though, she was a data analyst with Georgia Tech for about 3 years before that. She's currently in school to become an esthetician. She's been in Georgia her entire life, including Atlanta. All of her family's here. Her address is, an apartment where she lives with her brother, her boyfriend, and her daughter, as previously mentioned. It's a good address, of course, where she can receive mail. As for her community involvement, community ties, she's partnered with Raising Expectations. She volunteers for them. It's a local nonprofit, I believe, and volunteers to help run basically the flag football games for her daughter. And her daughter's, I think, either through school or just through the little rec league there. It's about 1 game per week as well. Your Honor, we understand this is quite a strange situation, but considering the circumstances, the community involvement, and the ties to the community of Ms. Ivy, and the fact that, as mentioned to me, her daughter was even told to fight her by other unsavory relatives, we would ask for no stay away, Your Honor, and no further violent contact. And we would ask for a signature bond in the amount of $5,000, Your Honor.
Okay, so the 12-year-old is living with the grandmother at the present time?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Ms. Benford, do you know the grandmother's name?
I can get that for you. The grandmother's name is Venetia Smith. The police report also mentioned the aunt lives directly next door. The aunt's name. Not sure I have the aunt's name, but the grandmother's name is Venetia Smith.
And where does Miss Smith live? Do you know?
I do not. I did not have the grandmother's address in there.
Okay. And but Miss Vanessa does not live with the grandmother.
No, Your Honor, no. The victim, I mean, the defendant and the grandmother do not live together. Doesn't say.
Yep, Mr. Ahmed, your client, she's indicating that she wants to say something. I don't know if she can have some input. It's up to you.
I don't know what it is. Ideally, I would love to hear it outside of court, but that, technological challenges.
It will only be with
I can't hear what she's saying, Milton.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, I'm just clarifying what was said to you. So technically my daughter, I basically got custody of my daughter July of this year. My boyfriend, Amir Baker, on the call, he has the paperwork. I recently just got custody of my daughter because my daughter was in, me and my mom was in a legal custody battle. I'm not abusive. However, in that situation, I told my daughter to go over to my mom.
Okay, hold on, Miss. Wait. I don't want you to say anything that's, you have a right to remain silent. So I
know, but
understand that you're trying to explain to me, but I don't want you to say anything that might get you in, that might
told
be
my daughter.
adverse to your interest, okay?
Okay, so
So I'm just trying to decide, I'm gonna give you a signature bond, number one. But I'm just trying to decide what I need to do with your daughter at this point. Okay, and I need for you to discuss that with her,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ahmed, because with the allegations, if she's gonna stay with the grandmother, that's one thing. If she's not, I mean, I need to have some kind of guidance as to what I need to do with the daughter.
Yes, Your Honor. I can call ACDC and hopefully be able to get that done before the end of the calendar and potentially recall it.
Okay, all right, that'll be fine. So, you speak with her and I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we're gonna need to come back, to Miss Ivy once she speaks to Mr. Ahmed.
We can do position 28, Miss Nicole Walker.
I got it. Yeah, consents. We got consents.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Walker. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006914J with simple battery family violence and battery family violence. Is there a history? Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor, no history to report at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a consent agreement. It's for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. That simple battery is $1,500, and the battery family violence would be $2,000, both through pretrial services level 1. No violent contact with the victim, Jerry Irvin. I had put in there stay away because we had not had an opportunity to hear from Mr. Irvin, but he has since then we have heard from him, and I believe he is actually on the line. I wanted her to start the family violence intervention program. No further violations of the law, no alcohol, weapons, or drug while out on bond. This is one that we were considering for pretrial for diversion. And let me just check notes for Mr. Irvin real quick here. And if the yes, he only wanted no further violent contact.
Okay, so no stay away.
No stay away, Judge. I'll change that on.
All right. Okay, thank you. If Mr. Irvin's on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. McLean, is that your understanding of the consent? You're on mute there.
Thank you. Both Ms. Walker's today are consent bonds, Your Honor. Those particulars are what we expected to hear. Yes, she agrees.
Good luck to you, Ms. Walker.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna write them.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. What did position 28 get?
It was a consent bond, for the simple battery, 1,500 SOB through pretrial, and the batteries are 2,000 SOB through pretrial.
I'm sorry. That just went over my head. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you need for me to repeat it?
Just the final, what's the total amount?
$3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Okay, for your patience, Your Honor. Next is position 22, Ms. Posada.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Posada. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006905C with battery family violence, simple battery, 2 counts. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
No, Your Honor, this is the first arrest.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Posada was at a party on, I want to say it right, Vista Terrace in East Point. She admitted to having 3 or 4 shots of tequila. Everyone had been drinking. She became upset when she saw her boyfriend / victim, Gallo Williams, looking like he was about to kiss someone else. So she left the residence, walked to the corner of Harrison Road and Vista Terrace, claiming she would call an Uber. Instead, she returned back to the party or the house at 1394 Vista Terrace and continued the verbal dispute with Williams. She then physically attacked him, leaving a scratch on his face. At that point, the other 2 victims, and I'm probably going to butcher their names, so I apologize, Romano Giovanni and Marvin Hernandez Contreras, attempted to break up the fight. And they both received injuries as a result. Hernandez Contreras got struck in the face, and Mr. Giovanni also got struck in the face. We are asking for a $3,000 surety, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons, stay away from 1394 Vesta Terrace in East Point, and no further contact with any of the victims, Romano Giovanni, Gallo Williams, who he is also the father of her child, and Marvin Hernandez Contreras in a family violence intervention program. Since they do have a child, Your Honor, we will leave it to your discretion as to whether or not it should be no violent contact or no further contact. We have not heard from the victim at this time.
You are muted if you're speaking to me.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. 23-year-old Esther Posada is a college student. I believe she has achieved her Associates of Science, an AS degree in business management, and she's now working on her bachelor's to finish up 4 years for a bachelor's degree in finance. I believe she's a Georgia State student. She lives at Anawake Road in Douglas County. All her contacts are local. She's the young college student. We would ask for a signature bond, Your Honor, with appropriate conditions.
Okay, for the battery, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the simple batteries, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. She is to have no further violent contact with Mr. Williams. With the other 2 victims, she's to have no further contact, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Next is position 17, Ms. Martin.
Good afternoon, Ms. Martin. You've been charged in case 25 CR 006899Y with battery family violence and simple battery against a police officer. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was March 1st, 2025 at a Seneca, South Carolina for a DUI. That is their only arrest cycle. It did result in a misdemeanor conviction for DUI. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
That's the same history I have, Your Honor. On November 1st, victim, and I'm going to mess this up, this name, Asalimhe Agahigbe, Her spouse called the police stating that she had been physically attacking him. He had visible lacerations to his face and leg. Because she also has simple battery to a law enforcement officer, we're asking for a $5,000 signature bond. No further contact with the victim. Stay away from 3103 Lakefield Place. That's in Johns Creek. Family Violence Intervention Program. Bleh. No drugs, alcohol, or weapon while on bond.
How are those bonds broken down between the two charges?
2,500 apiece, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Any objection to any of that, Mr. McLean?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
All right, so will be at $2,500 for each charge, signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with the alleged victim. Begin the family violence intervention program. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Next is position 26, Ms. Scott.
Good afternoon, Ms. Scott. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006929A with simple battery family violence and simple assault family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December 1st, 2009 out of Douglas County for an FTA. There's 3 arrest cycles in Georgia. Felony conviction in 2009 for deposit account fraud. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. On November the 1st of 2025, Officer Collins went to 1475 Sand Bay Drive, Southwest, South Fulton. The parties indicated that they were in an argument about a child living in the home who was not contributing to paying bills and infidelity in the household. It appeared that Mr. Scott was pointing, there's 2 versions. Mr. Scott was pointing his finger at her and she grabbed his finger and to get him out of the way and she slapped him. And then the other version would be that she was pointing her finger and he grabbed it, but she still slapped him. She did make an admission that she did in fact slap him as part of this altercation between the two. We're asking for $1,000 surety bond for each count that she complete 2 anger management classes while out on bond, no further violent contact. The victim, I believe I saw him earlier on the line, is Mr. Darrell Scott, and I'd ask the court to sound for him.
And Mr. Scott, I see that you're on the line. If you wish to address the court, you certainly don't have to, but if you wish to, now is your opportunity to do so. I will need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in. Doesn't appear so. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Jacqueline Scott is 56 years old. Sand Bay Drive, of course, is the correct address. Her husband lives there, I believe, with her. She has some college past high school and has studied legal assistant type things. She has also worked in a restaurant for about 20 years. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond with appropriate conditions. Her sister, who is her emergency contact, has a local number. And I've got a big check mark that she's local. So I usually put that when they've been in Georgia all their lives. Thank you.
Each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Scott. 2 anger management classes. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Next is position 29, Miss Walker.
And this is a consent.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Walker. You have been charged in case 25 CR 006915B with simple battery family violence. Would you like to put the consent on the record for me, Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1 for the simple battery. No violent contact with the victim, DeAndre Daniels, who is her son. Complete 2 anger awareness classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond.
For understanding, Mr. McLean?
Yes.
Very good. Good luck to you, Ms. Walker.
We're going back to position 14, Miss Ivy.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. So I did have a chance to speak with Ms. Ivy. Your Honor, as to the custody of her daughter, she absolutely would like to have custody of her daughter. She's had custody of her daughter since July 14th of this year. Her boyfriend, I believe Mr. Amir Baker, has even proof of those documents, and her daughter's been living at her apartment or her house, excuse me, with no problem since then, besides this little altercation that was very much due to the external influence of other family members. Your Honor, this stems back all the way from when the daughter was 2 years old, about 10 years ago, when the custody was given to the grandmother at the time. But that signing of the documents and the reversal of that custody is what took place in July 14th, 2025, just this year. Ms. Ivy is absolutely amenable and open to any amount of parenting classes. To quote her, she just wants to have her daughter back with her.
Further from the state.
Your Honor, if I could jump in. So the state is gonna just ask that not happen, that we're gonna ask that the daughter and Miss Ivy be separated for right now until this comes to an end or to a conclusion. Just based on the facts, based on what happened, especially because we have not yet been able to speak to her or the grandmother just yet. In the best interest of just making sure that everybody is safe, they can always come back and change the bond. But for right now, we're going to ask that not take place, that they have no contact at this point.
Your Honor, thank you. On top of what I just mentioned, I just would like to raise to the court, Mr. Amir Baker, if he does have anything he'd like to say that was brought to me by Ms. Ivy. But also, we would request at worst, no further violent contact as well.
And I'm going to object to anything from Mr. Baker, especially since he's not the victim. I don't know who he is. We haven't been able to speak to him. He can present any documents, but I'm going to object to him speaking at this time. If it was the grandmother, one thing, that has custody of the daughter, that's one thing, but this is the boyfriend of Miss Ivy. So no, Your Honor, I'm going to object to that.
Okay. There's more going on here than I can assess in a bond hearing. I think that defects needs to be notified, so the defects can get involved. It seems like there are a lot of different family dynamics. I'm gonna have her abide by, there seems to be some type of pre-existing custody arrangements and a lot's going on here. So as far as the bond goes, for the battery, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For the cruelty, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. I want her to have 2 parenting classes. I want her to abide by any pre-existing custody arrangements. I want for defects to be notified so that they can weigh in on this, and that she abide by any defects recommendations. At this point in time, she's to have no further violent contact with the minor child. Obviously, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
All right, have a good rest of the day. Thank you.
I believe we have position number 13 is a waiver, and position number 10 paid his bond.
Okay, so position 10, bonded out. Position 13, Mr. Hudson, charged in case 25 CR 006858E with criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. Their last arrest was June 13th, 2024 out of Clayton for theft by receiving. They have 29 total arrest cycles. 2016 felony conviction for battery family violence. 2015 criminal damage to property, aggravated assault, false imprisonment. There's a 2022 misdemeanor conviction for battery. 2018 escape and obstruction. Also in 2018 criminal trespass. There's an open case for financial transaction card fraud under 25 SC 000498. And there also appears to be a holdout of Jonesboro for a probation violation. The date of the warrant is August 4th, 2025. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, an employee of the Chevron called officers to come to the location at 180 Ponce de Leon Avenue in reference to a person on the property who had been previously told not to return to the property. The officer went there, noticed Mr. Hudson, who began run from the location or around the location. The clerk told the officer that that was the person. The officer was trying to get him to cooperate, asking him questions, and he refused to answer. He had to be chased. It started removing items as he ran so that he, I guess, could be lighter while he was running from the police. They were able to make contact with him. They ended up having to take him down to the ground. He was not complying with other directions and instructions. We're asking for a bond in the amount of $1,000 for the criminal trespass, $1,500 on the obstruction, for a total surety bond of $2,500 in consideration of his FTAs and prior convictions for obstruction and criminal trespass. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Hudson, well, I got to talk to him. He's 45 years old. He has his high school diploma, currently in between jobs, but he's a Georgia native, including Atlanta as well. Your Honor, as to bond, all we would ask is simply that it be as low as possible.
Okay, does he need to be assessed for BHET or housing by a social worker? Is that an issue?
For housing, potentially, Your Honor, yes.
So for each charge, it will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. Social worker visit to assist with housing. Stay away from that Chevron on Ponce. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Does that take care of everyone this afternoon?
I believe so.
Okay. Ms. Bridgewater, whenever you're ready for us.
Okay. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is November the 18th. Positions 1 and 2 are both consent bonds. Position 3 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 4 is a consent bond. Position 5 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 6 is going to the SAP calendar and is to be released only to Pat. However, he has a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 7 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 8, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 9 is reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through pretrial. 10 is reset further notice. The bond was paid and they are released. 11 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. I don't know whether or not we have an add-on calendar, but we did have another case with Mr. Ellis, and it is going to be a $1,000 good bond. 12 is reset further notice with a $2,000 total SOB through pretrial. 13 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 14 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 15 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 16 is going to be reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 17, reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 18, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 19 is a consent bond. 20 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 21 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 22 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 23 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 24 reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 25 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 26, reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 27 and 28 are both consent bonds. 29 is a consent bond. 30 is reset further notice with the $3,000 SOB through pretrial. And 31 is a consent bond. If you all will, please send those consent bonds to me so that I can send them to the judge for a signature. Yeah.
There's someone on the line who wants it's being reset. These are all jail cases for whoever that was. You'll need to contact the clerk's office possibly to see where you're supposed to be. But that was someone in the chat. Okay, if nothing further, thank you all. We'll see you next Monday.
Oh, Your Honor, if any of my consent bonds need my signature, would somebody at the solicitor's office or Your Honor could sign with my express permission? Thank you.
Same as well.
Yes, I do have another judge. I'm not sure if you remember, this is actually not on this calendar, but it's from a calendar last week. There was an FTA for Eli Robinson. Ms. Tucker had indicated that he was incarcerated. I thought that we had signed off on an null pros for him. She's provided me the documentation showing that he was in fact incarcerated at the time, and I wanted to be able to send that null pros over for your signature.
Of course, I'll be happy to sign it. So just get it to Ms. Bridgewater and she'll get it to me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. We'll see you next time. Have a good rest of the day. Yes.
My apologies. I've been misinforming every courtroom. My full name is Abraham Ahmed, not just Ahmed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ahmed.
Your Honor. Ruben Abraham Ahmed. It's my parents kind of cursed me with that one. So
No worries. Spell your last name for me, please.
Abraham hyphen AHMED.
All right, very good. We'll see you next time.